has been said that modern cosmology is on the borderland between science and philosophy. Close to philosophy because it asks the fundamental questions about the universe, and close to science since it looks for answers in the form of empirical understanding by observation and rational explanation. Thus, theories about cosmology operate with a tension between a philosophical urge for simplicity and a wish to include all the universe's features versus the total complexity of it all. It's a tension between understanding the what of the universe and pondering the why of it all. The earliest physical evidence of astronomical and cosmological thinking is a lunar calendar found on a bone in sub-Saharan Africa, dated, any guesses please? 1800, keep going. 800, 8000 BCE, keep going. 20,000 BCE, that is correct. 20,000 BCE, engraved on a bone found in sub-Saharan Africa. Late megalithic structures with astronomical purposes appear in Africa and Europe around 5000 BCE, those similar versions of the famous Stonehenge stone complex in Britain. Since that time, philosophers, scientists, theologians, and stargazers alike have debated, discussed, dissected the very nature of the cosmos, the universe, humanity, and what holds it all together. Through it all, a good scientist emerges with more questions to be puzzled through and answered, correct? I don't want to speak on all of our beloveds' behalf from NIST and NIH. A good scientist, in the end, has more wonderings. For many, that there is more exploration and study to do because there is that mystery that creates and captures their attention. From a publication, The Guardian, here are just a few unanswered scientific questions. What is the universe made of? Scientists know only how much percentage of what the universe is made of? What do you think? What do you think? Hold up a finger. 5%. I see a few folks online. Scientists know of only 5% of what the universe is made of, which is atoms. Matter and energy are the two basic components of the entire universe. An enormous challenge for scientists is that most of the matter in the universe is invisible. And the source of most of the energy is not understood. The rest is a mystery. Another unanswerable question so far is, how did life begin? 4 billion years ago, something started stirring in that primordial soup. The soup that birthed single-celled organisms all the way to the first sea creatures, then land and air and humans. Another question, what is at the bottom of the ocean? How much of the oceans have we explored? 5%. 95% of the ocean is unexplored, and so far, we've only glimpsed a fraction of the world hidden below the waves. Another question, what is consciousness? Have you thought about consciousness? Haha. Not really, maybe. What is consciousness? We're not really sure. We know that it has to do with different parts of the brain working together that helps us adapt and survive, but scientists really don't know why we are conscious. And then just pause to think about atoms, life's basic building blocks. And here is how scientists describe what is inside of an atom. Right now, our very best evidence says that there are particles inside protons and neutrons that make up atoms, and scientists called these particles quarks. Our best evidence also shows us that there is nothing inside of an electron except the electron itself. That's fancy talk for we don't know. We don't know. Many different scientific disciplines take on these unanswered questions with gusto, with curiosity, the thrill of the challenge. I'll just take a quick survey. How many scientists in the room? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's an opportunity to continue to explore and learn, sort of mirroring one of our core principles as Unitarian Universalists. For others, the sheer number of unanswerable questions, the mystery at the core of most of the scientific pursuit is evidence enough that there is a God. What? Yes? A transcendent force, a presence, a being that is a part of everything, and that grounding knowledge is a comforting lodestone for many. For some, that unknowable mystery is the spirit of life. That great mystery is the source of peace and balance. It's the greatest good in all, in us and for us and about us. For others, that inherent mystery, that energy is neutral. That sacred spark of life, that part of the web of creation, and yet, for some, it is neither positive nor negative, neither a blessing nor a curse, neither good nor evil. Perhaps we can begin to scratch what this all means with the wise thoughts of others like Albert Einstein, who is truly a mystic at heart, who said, if something is in me which can be called religious, then it is the unbounded admiration for the structure of the world so far as our science can reveal it. Or Carl Sagan, another mystic. Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality. For me and many of us, at root, spirituality is a sense of wonder, an invitation to behold and explore all that is with curiosity, with awe, just letting our minds wander over wonder brings about a deeper connection with all that is. Have you ever been outside on a really cloudy, sort of gray day, and all of a sudden a beam of sunlight breaks through the din? I call that the voice of cloud moments. Do you know what I mean? Like in those old movies or cartoons when God speaks, the clouds part and the sun streams down while a voice booms from the beyond. In those moments, it's hard not to pause and just say, wow. Wow. And that tickle, that whew, wow. That pause or nudge to just linger. You know, like when you put a piece of dark chocolate in your mouth, if you like dark chocolate, sorry. You know when you put an exquisite piece of dark chocolate in your mouth and you just let it melt? To savor in wonder is to take the glory of creation, to pause. It's a disruption to how so often we go about our day-to-day lives, head down, shoulders hunched, hands clenched. How many folks are ready for the holidays? That's why I love that Soul Matters selected wonder for December, because it's not just the holiday, it's that disruption to pause in awe. The author J. Lavoie tells us that that sense of wonder speaks to our hunger to be moved, to be engaged and impassioned with the world, to take pleasure in it, to be attuned to it and fascinated by it, to be grateful for it. Wonder is our desire to feel radically alive and connected rather than bored and disinterested, or so caught up in the toils and troubles of daily life that we miss out on its multitudes of marvels. It's our desire to part the curtain and get a load of the grander screen. From what's around the next corner to epiphanies about the nature of things, a peek over the hedge at what lies beyond. And wonder as a spiritual practice asks us to continually seek out these enlivening and sacred moments. From the Virtues for Living Source, how to cultivate our sense of wonder suggests first immersing yourself in art and literature and music. Spending time with children. We are so blessed here that when the nursery schools are in session, hearing their little voices on the playground as we work. You suggest traveling to new places, even if it's a nearby city or neighborhood. John Bernini just this morning told me about an island of the Potomac River that I've never heard of. May we continue to wander in wonder, to explore and take in different surroundings, to take up a course or masterclass. You know, you can YouTube pretty much anything these days. Go outside without a device. What a concept! Did you know that's a thing? Finally, do something good for the community. Our theme here often is to love, which we do well and big, to serve, and to grow. The upside of wonder, the blessings and bounty of wonder, is gratitude and interconnectedness. So this day, as the holidays approach, may you be blessed with a sweeping sense of wonder. You have come with stardust in your hair, with the rush of planets in your blood, your heart beating out the seasons of eternity, with a shining in your eyes like the sunlight. May the great mystery, the holy source of peace and the wellspring of creation, invite you to wonder and be held in the vast expanse of it all. For you deserve to be healed. Amen, Ashe, and may it be so.